I'm 79 years old, and 3 months ago, I found out my best friend of 50 years has been sleeping with my wife for the last 3 decades. And here's the part that's going to confuse you. I forgave them both. Not because I'm a saint, not because I'm weak, but because at 79, I finally understand something about love and betrayal that took me 8 decades to figure out. My name is Frank, and what I'm about to tell you is going to make you angry at me. You're going to think I'm a fool. You're going to think I'm lying to myself. But I need you to hear the whole story before you judge me. My wife's name is Helen. We've been married for 54 years. My best friend's name is Danny. We met in college in 1966. The three of us have been inseparable for half a century. Family vacations together, holidays, birthdays. Our kids grew up like siblings. We buried Danny's first wife together when she died of breast cancer in 1994. And apparently, that's when it started. Helen and Danny. While I was helping him grieve his wife, they were falling in love. I found out 3 months ago by accident. Pure accident. Danny had a heart attack, not a major one, but enough to land him in the hospital overnight. I went to visit him, and Helen was already there. Nothing unusual about that. We both loved Danny. But when I walked into that hospital room, I saw something. Just a look. The way Helen was holding his hand. The way he was looking at her. And in that instant, I knew. Not suspected. Knew. 50 years of friendship. And somehow in that one moment, my brain put together 1,000 tiny things I'd been too blind to see. Late-night phone calls that Helen said were her sister. Weekend trips Danny and Helen would take with the group that I was always too busy to join. The way they'd share jokes I wasn't part of. I didn't say anything in the hospital. I drove home, sat in my car in the driveway for 2 hours. And when Helen came home, I asked her one question. How long? She knew immediately what I meant. She didn't try to lie. She just started crying and said, 30 years. I'm so sorry, Frank. 30 years. You want to know what rage feels like at 79? It feels like your entire life was a lie. I didn't sleep for 3 days. I lost 12 pounds in 2 weeks. I sat in my house reviewing every memory, every moment, trying to figure out what was real and what was performance. Our 50th anniversary party, they were sleeping together. Our daughter's wedding, they were sleeping together. Christmas mornings with the grandkids, they were sleeping together. Every single significant moment of the last 30 years, they were lying to my face. Danny called me probably 50 times those first 2 weeks. I didn't answer. Helen tried to explain, tried to talk, and I told her to get out. She wanted to stay with our daughter. I was alone in that house for the first time in 54 years, and I wanted them to hurt the way I was hurting. I called a lawyer, started divorce proceedings, wrote Danny a letter telling him our friendship was dead and to never contact me again. And then something happened that changed everything. My grandson, Ethan, he's 16, came to see me. He'd heard everything. Whole family knew by then. He sat down in my kitchen and said, Grandpa, I need to ask you something, and I need you to really think about it. I said, okay. He said, in the last 30 years, were you happy? And I didn't know how to answer that. Because the truth is, yes, I was happy, really happy. He said, did Grandma take good care of you? Yes. Did Uncle Danny make you laugh? Every day? Did you have a good life? Yes, I had a really good life. And Ethan said something I'll never forget. He said, then maybe what they did was wrong, but it didn't take anything away from you. You still had all those good years. They're still yours. I spent the next month thinking about what Ethan said, and I realized something. Helen never stopped being a good wife. She cooked my favorite meals. She laughed at my stupid jokes. She held my hand when my brother died. She was there for every single moment that mattered. And Danny was the best friend I ever had. When I lost my job at 52, he helped me start my business. When I had my hip replacement, he was at the hospital before my own kids. When I thought I was having a heart attack last year, he drove me to the ER at 2 in the morning. These two people loved me, really loved me. I know that sounds insane. I know you're thinking, if they loved you, they wouldn't have betrayed you. But here's what I figured out at 79. Love isn't simple. People aren't simple. You can love someone and still fail them. You can be good to someone and still hurt them. Helen and Danny didn't set out to destroy me. They fell in love, and they were too weak or too scared or too selfish to end things properly. And instead of blowing up 3 lives, they made a choice. A terrible choice. A selfish choice. But one that, in their minds, let everyone keep their family intact. I'm 79 years old. I was betrayed by the 2 people I trusted most, and I chose to forgive them. Not for them, for me. Maybe someday, you'll understand why. I called them both about 6 weeks ago, told them I wanted to talk. We met at that same hospital cafeteria where I'd first figured it out, and I told them the truth. I said, what you did was wrong. It was a betrayal, and I have every right to hate you both for the rest of my life. But I don't want to spend what's left of my life being angry. I don't want to die bitter. So here's what's going to happen. I told Helen I wasn't going to divorce her, but our marriage was different now. We're roommates who care about each other, not romantic partners. She agreed. I told Danny our friendship could continue, but it would take time to rebuild trust. He nodded and said he understood. And I told them both that I forgave them, not because they deserved it, but because I deserve peace. Forgiveness isn't about them. It's about me. It's about choosing to let go of the poison that was killing me from the inside. Listen, I'm not telling you to forgive everyone who hurts you. I'm not saying what they did was okay. It wasn't. But I'm 79 years old. I don't have 20 years left to waste being angry. I don't have the luxury of holding grudges. And here's what I've learned. Betrayal doesn't erase the good years. The love I felt was real, even if parts of my life were a lie. The memories I made still matter. You can be hurt and choose peace. You can acknowledge the betrayal and decide not to let it destroy the time you have left. Some of you watching this are holding on to anger that's eating you alive. Anger at a parent who let you down, at a friend who betrayed you, at a partner who lied. And you think holding on to that anger is strength. You think forgiving them means they win. But here's the truth. Staying angry doesn't hurt them. It only hurts you. I'm not saying forgive today. I'm not saying forgive ever if you're not ready. But I am saying this. Don't let someone else's mistakes steal the rest of your life. I have maybe 5 or 10 more years if I'm lucky. I'm not spending them drowning in rage over something I can't change. Helen and Danny took 30 years of honesty from me. I'm not giving them another day.